Everybody, Heather here. So today we are going to be coloring this super cute CC Design Sweet November image called Lucy. I've had this poor thing in my color box for a while, and I think there's actually one more girl left to go. But I thought we would color her up today. I will put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used in the card. I would love for you to come shopping with me. If you have a question, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'm happy to get back to you on that. And it would be great if you could hit the like button so that I know you like this kind of video and to make more. And if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and do that so you'll get an update every time I post a new video. So I've already stamped my little image on Nina 80-pound solar white cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink. So let's color. So let's start out by outlining our image, and for that I'm going to use C0, and I'm just going to go all the way around my girl and give her a little bit of an outline so that she looks like she is popping up off of the page. Won't be quite so flat. Work my way around here to the other side, covering this little bitty dab of space there in her neck. And if you do this first, then if you get some on your image, you can use your colorless blender to erase it if you're worried about it showing up. Usually it dries so light that if I put a color over the top of it, I hardly ever notice it, so I just leave it. I'll just go clear down here. And I went ahead and went clear around the bottom of her foot, since it's going to be kind of tucked behind another piece later. Next, let's do her skin and her cheeks. And for that, I'm going to use E11, E21, E00, E000 for her skin, and R43, R20, and R30 for her cheeks. And I'm going to go ahead and start down here at her foot with E11. And I'm going to go a little dab underneath of her skirt, and right along the back of her leg, and around here on the curve of her, where her shoe is touching it. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab E21. And I'm very lightly going to brush the edge of that E11 and come out here into my white space. And then I'm going to fill it in with my E00. And I like to take my last color and go over the entire area. And we're going to hop up here and we're going to do her hand. So again, I'm going to grab E11. And I'm going to put a little dab of that down here at the bottom. And let's go ahead and do her neck too. So I'm going to go underneath of her hat there and along the back of her neck and under her hair. And then I'm going to grab E21. And I'm going to flick right over the top of my E11 and bring my color into my white. And I'm going to bring this out here over the top of her shoulder a little bit too. And then I want to fill it in with my E00 again. Okay, and then for her face, again, I'll start with E11, and I'm going to go up here underneath of her hairline and along her hat and under her chin. Then I'm going to grab E21, and I'm going to dab just a tiny bit on the edge of my E11, and I'm going to pull that color out a little dab into my white. And then I'm going to grab E00. And then E000. think I'll leave a little bit of white there on the edge because I'm going to go over it a second time. Now I'm going to do her cheeks. So I've grabbed R43, and we're going to do a little dab of cheek color right here. And then I'm going to go with R20 and kind of dot around on the edge of my R43. And then the same thing with the R30. I'm going to just dab that on the edge of the R20. And then I think I'll darken it up a little bit more, so I'm going to take my R43 again. And then R20. And R30. Then I'm going to take my E21, and I'm going to flick away from the edge of her hat brim, bring it out just a little bit further. And then this is E00. I'm going to go over that cheek. And then E000 to fill it all the way in. This time I'll go out to the edge of her nose. Next, let's do the little bit of hair that she's got showing, and for that I'm going to use Y26 and E50. I'm going to start with my Y26, and I'm going to do just a little dab right along the edge here of her back of her bun. Same with right here where it's touching her hat. And then up here I want to do a little bit of flicking and bring the color out just a little bit more. And then she's got a little dip here, so I'm going to add a little color in that little dip. Where I want my shadows to be, I'm going to put this color first. And then I'm just going to fill it in with my E50. There's not much hair showing there, so it didn't take much color. Let's do her hat and her apron next. And for that I'm going to use B93, B91, and B41. So I'm going to start with B93, and let's start up here at her hat. And I'm actually going to color in this little spot right here that's underneath first, because I'm going to go over that a couple of times to darken it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my B93, and I'm just going to bring this color up onto her hat. And same for up here. And as long as I've got it out, let's do this little section right there again real quick. Next I'm going to go with B91. And then B41. And then I wanted to make it a little bit darker, so I'm going to go with B93 again and just do the same process over. And then B91. And then B41 to fill it in. Then we'll go down here and we'll do her apron. So again, I'm going to start with B93, and I think I'll start with the bow back here first. So I'm going to do a little bit of that right along the edge of this one, and then I'm going to fill in the inside of the bow too, right here. I want that to be a little bit darker. And then I'm going to put put a little bit of this color right along the edge of her skirt. I'm going to grab B91. And brush a little bit of that color on. And then B41. And again, I'm going to go over it a second time because I want it to be a little bit darker. So if it looks blotchy, that's okay with me because I'm going to do it again. So this is B93. B91. And then B41 to go over the entire thing. And then for the skirt, I'm going to take B93 and I'm going to go work my way from this way. So I'm going to put a little bit of this color underneath her arm. And then do this little bow where it's tying. And then I want to bring this color out. Try not to color her skirt or her dress. I want to go out past this ladybug. And that's pretty good for a first coat. So now we'll go with B91. And then B41. Bring it past this color. I'm going to leave a little bit of weight out there at the edge because I'm going to go over this again a second time, and that will make it a little bit lighter out there. So again, I'm going to grab B93. I got a little bit of my little cute little ladybug there, but that's okay because I'm going to cover him up with some red, so I think that'll be fine. This was B91. And then B41 to go over the entire thing and cover it all the way up. I think I'll go next to this line over here so I don't go outside the lines. And then I'm going to grab B93 again and do underneath the first skirt right here. I forgot that little spot. Next, let's do her hat band and her shoes. For that, we're going to use R17, R14, and R02. I'm going to start with my R17. And I'm just going to put down a little color right in the back here. And then she's got this little wrinkle that I'm going to exaggerate a little bit. And I also want to bring this color from this way. So again, I'm going to exaggerate that little wrinkle or crease. And next is R14. And then R02 to fill it in. And we'll hop down here and do her shoe. So again, I'm going to grab R17, and I'm going to go along the back and the bottom. And then R14. And her shoes actually get covered up when you put the card together, but just in case you don't cover them up all the way, I'm going to color it. And this is R02. And then I just used R17 to fill in this ladybug. For her dress, let's use Y15, 13, 11, and 00. I'm going to start with Y15. And I'm going to add a little bit of color here along her sleeve. And then let's do her bodice. And the back of her arm. And I think I'll feather this up just a little bit more. And then I'm going to grab Y13 and I'm going to fill in this little section over here in the back of her dress. And then we're going to add some more color to her sleeve. Soften that edge a little bit. Next we'll do Y11. And we'll bring that up a little bit. I'm going to leave a little bit of white for my last color on there. And then I'm going to fill it in with my Y00. Okay, and then for her skirt, I'm going to again go with my Y15. And I'm going to turn my girl here. And I'm just going to go away from the edge of her apron and pull a little bit of that color out this way. And I also want to do, I'm going to turn my girl again here. What to do from the bottom of her dress, or her apron again on this side. Then I'm going to grab Y13 and go right over that edge and soften it up. And I think I'll go over it just a little bit more. Next we go with Y11. And I'm using a little bit, tipping my pen a little bit more and kind of flattening my brush out more so I have a less, I covered more area. And then I'm going to take Y00 to fill it in. Go backwards so I don't go outside the lines there. And then go this way to smooth it out. So that leaves us with the nuts, and for that we're going to use E53, E51, and E50. I'm going to start with my E53, and I'm just going to put a little bit of color here on the edges. And I'm going to put some on the inside of this one. Now go up off of her hand right here, and then I want to fill in the inside of this. Looks like a little pocket. Then I'm going to go with E51. And E50 to fill it in. And I think I want them to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to go over it again. So this is E53. E51, and E50 to make it all swirl together. There is our beautiful Lucy all colored up. I love how bright and sunny she is. And again, here is the finished card. And on my finished card, I used my Sharpie white paint pen to add some dots to her cheek, and then I put a bunch of dots all over this little, on her yellow dress. And then I used my Spica clear glitter pen to add some sparkles in her hair and to my little ladybug down here. I also used my Spica chocolate pen to add the little, the nail heads to the fence down here. So I hope you had fun coloring with me today. This was a pretty quick and easy one. It would also be really fun if this is a great one for paper piecing because the pieces are quite large, so you could stamp your image and cut out different parts of her dress and her hat and paper piece it. That would look really cute. If you have a question, go ahead and leave me a comment. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.